Welcome back to the Black and Gold Report. I'm Kevin Freeman. And as you probably know, the men's and women's cross-country team are making their presence felt at this year's NCAA championships. And so we're happy to bring back head cross-country coach Gary Aycock to talk a little bit about Braves' chances. Coach, welcome back.
Pleasure to be here.
Now, before we talk about the NCAAs, I wanted to look back at the season for both the men and the women. Regarding the men's team, the first time you were on the program, you talked a lot about this was a young team, you had a lot of new faces, and this is sort of an opportunity for you to really see what they can do. So looking back, how much did the team grow, and what were some of the good things that you saw that are going to continue into the next season?
Well, yeah, as we discussed the last time I was on the Black and Gold Report, definitely it's a transition year for the men's cross-country team. With Pardon being the only senior, just a couple of sophomores, and the rest of the roster filled with freshmen, we knew it was going to be as such going into the season. Definitely the biggest transition for a male cross-country student athlete to make from high school is the difference between 5,000 meters in which they race in high school to the 8K, 10K as they do in the college championships. And again, that first year is instrumental in setting up the following three, because that transition from 5K to 8K goes well for some and it's kind of rough for others. But for the most part, yeah, I thought the men's team did extremely well in their transition. It was kind of rocky at first, but as we got our legs underneath us, we raced well towards the end of the season. And I was very pleased with how the team finished.
Yeah, the team finished 4th in the Peach Belt, 6th in the regionals. It sounds like you were pretty happy with those results.
Very happy. I know that towards mid-season that we were bumped out of the top 10 in the region, and I told the men, hey, look, we're better than this. Let's pick a squad that's ranked 5th or 6th. I think realistically we can race at those teams and come the regional championships. And hey, we ran our 8K PRs at the 8K point in the 10K race at regionals. So season long, we progressed through the season with our race times. And again, I was very pleased with our finish at the region championships.
So what does a year under their belts mean then for next year? Just they're better prepared to take on 8K and they know what to expect, something like that?
Definitely. They get the experience racing longer distance. They get very familiar with the training plans that we have here at UNC Pembroke. And again, taking that, the confidence building that comes with implementing those, again, it just lays the foundation for the next 3 years for them.
Now we'll talk about Pardon Lovu's participation in the NCAAs in a minute here, but as you said, he's the only senior on the team. He's graduating this year. How much is the team going to miss his leadership, and who can step in and fill in his shoes?
Well, I've said time and time again, Pardon is a very special young man, incredibly talented in everything he does, and will be missed. I think he's the type of student athlete that comes along once in a coach's career, and I think he's really been an ambassador to this university. And again, you can't put words to what his loss will mean to the program. He's the key to our team chemistry, and his leadership with the young men has definitely has been felt. I think that they have watched him perform on and off the cross-country course and see the little things that have to be done to be successful at any level. And I think that again, laying that foundation for them provides them guidance through the rest of their lives, because Pardon excels in what he does.
And not only is he an ambassador for UNCP cross country, but he's an ambassador for this university. He's everywhere making his presence felt. And you're right, he's going to be missed. Well, let's talk about his chances in the NCAA tournament. Even though the men's team didn't qualify, as we mentioned, he was the fastest individual qualifier among teams that didn't qualify, and so he gets that bid to go to the NCAAs. What's going through his head right now?
I think Pardon, for the first time in his racing career here at UNC Pembroke, I see a look of confidence in his face. This year at the region championships, we knew that it was pretty much a sure shot. Put aside a catastrophe that he was going to go to the NCAAs. So we took the opportunity to use the region race as a practice run, and he ran fairly well given the instructions that I'd given. Neither of us have looked at the region results from around the country, and we're not going to. We know that when the gun goes off, he has to be a contender to win the race, and that's what we're going to go out and do. And I think he has a great shot. I think in the past I've identified 4 or 5 guys that would challenge him, and I think that based off how he ran in 10K last year, the summer training, the fall training, now leading up to the NCAAs, he'll be a contender to win the national championship.
Now, last year when Mike Williams got when he won his wrestling category and he got that national championship ring, he's been flashing around campus. Right. I bet Pardon wants one of those pretty well as well. Can he win this thing?
I think he can. I think he's mentally sound. He's ready to do this, and physically, I think he's in the best shape of his life. Anything can happen when the gun goes off in cross country. It makes our sport unique. again, I think he's going to be one at the top.
And it would be certainly something for UNCP, not to put too much pressure on Parton, of course,
Right.
but it certainly
Right.
would be something for UNCP to have 2 individual national champions within the confines of really 1 calendar year. We're going to take our break. When we come back, we're going to talk to Coach Aycock about the ladies' chances in the women's cross-country national championship.